Be honest. Do you feel like you're being pulled in too many directions lately? Like you're taking care of everyone else and everything else, and somehow you've ended up putting yourself last. I'm Dr. Gretchen Guevara, and welcome to the very first episode of the Mental Path podcast. I'm a psychiatrist and therapist, and I love blending science, psychology, and personal growth tools to keep my mental health in check. In this podcast, I'll break down insights and skills that I use myself to build resilience, and I want to share them with you to help you think and feel better. If you're listening to this, you probably care a lot about your health. You're someone who gets things done. You have lots on your plate, wearing many hats, whether it's work, family, personal goals, or all of the above. Just like me, I know that feeling of, I'm so busy and I just don't have time for myself. I hear it all the time, not just in my clinical work, but also in many of the most productive people I know. As a physician, therapist, mom, business owner, many other hats, I know how easy it is to be busy. And I also know that it's possible to find a balance or life harmony that works for you. The key is, in order to truly show up and succeed in your life, you have to take care of yourself. There's no way around it. And that includes your mental health. In this episode, we're going to talk about what mental health really means and how you can start to build habits that support it in your day to day life. Because your mental health isn't just something you deal with when things go wrong, it's a skill and it's the foundation for everything else you want to do. Let's dive in. When people hear the term mental health, they often think about just managing stress or coping with emotions, just focusing on things like journaling or meditating. Yes, those are all important, and I love doing those too. But they're not the whole picture. Mental health isn't just about surviving tough moments. It's really about creating a life that feels aligned with who you are and what matters to you. It's about learning the skills to adapt, grow, and use your strengths to face whatever life throws your way. Your mental well being allows you to live with a sense of joy and purpose, give to your community, and to the people and causes that matter to you. I know that for some, the idea of taking care of your mental health can be overwhelming. But if you have a bit of structure, a starting point, it's doable and easier than you think. Let's say you're feeling stressed. There's lots to take care of, lots to decide on. Your adrenaline starts rising and you start feeling overwhelmed. Knowing how to start tackling these can help you. When something stressful happens to you, like you lose your job, there's changes at work, family tension, breakup, or even a loss, we know how difficult these situations can be. Your stress response kick in, and the natural response from your nervous system is to move away from the pain, run away or escape from the situation, freeze up or fight it out or cry it out. It's hard to think or figure out how to start to address the situation with this rush of emotions. So, you need to give your thoughts some direction. To do that, you need to look at mental health from three angles. Your physiology, that's number one. That's how your body is functioning and responding. Number two is your psychology. That's your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And finally, your environment. The people, places, and things around you that influence how you feel. Addressing just one area is incomplete, but managing all areas set you up for success. Here's a personal example. A few years ago, I was at a point in my career where I was doing all the things I thought I was supposed to do. I was teaching at a medical school. Underneath, I was starting to feel off. When I finally really checked in with myself, I realized a few things. Physically, I wasn't taking care of my body to the level that I was used to. My energy was low, my sleep was terrible, and I was getting more sick than usual. Mentally, I didn't feel as motivated as before, like I lost the spark I used to have for some areas of my work. And when I looked at my environment, like my work environment, my calendar, my workload, priorities, it was clear that not everything is aligned with what mattered most to me anymore. That realization wasn't easy, but it gave me the needed starting point. I made changes little by little. I said no to things that didn't align with my values. I focused on what energized me instead of what drained me. And over time, I found my balance again. This even gave me the courage to make really big moves in my professional life. Now I'm super happy managing my private clinic. It's really thriving and I really enjoy it. Plus, I'm having dedicated time to pursue other passions like this podcast. Most importantly, I feel like my top priorities, my health and my family, stays on top. That process of checking in, body, mind, and environment, is essential to your health. In fact, this is how psychiatrists are trained to look at care: comprehensive and holistic. This is what I want to share with you because I know that once you build this habit, life will get easier for you. So let's break it down. What's happening in your brain and body when things start to feel out of balance? First, your body. When you're stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode, releasing cortisol and adrenaline, among many other changes. These stress hormones are helpful in the short term because it catches your attention that there's something you need to do to address the stress. But over time, they take a toll, affecting your energy, sleep, even your digestion and your immune system. You might notice you're getting more sick than usual. Now, your mind. Stress and overwhelm can trigger a habit of overthinking or self doubt, like questioning if you're doing enough, if you're being enough, or feeling stuck in negative thought patterns. These thoughts can be so frustrating. They mess with your mood. They influence how you make decisions and respond to challenges. Finally, your environment. The people and spaces around you play a huge role in shaping your mental health. If your surroundings feel chaotic or draining, it's harder to stay calm and focused. The good news is, when you check in with these three areas, body, mind, and environment, you can start to make small changes that can add up to big progress. Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? Let's start with three simple areas and examples of how to take care of them. Number one, physiology, taking care of your body. Check in with your health. If your energy is low, make an appointment with your doctor to rule out underlying issues like low iron or thyroid imbalances. Also, build in rest. Schedule a short break in your day, frequently, even just 10 minutes to unplug, breathe, or stretch. Rest your mind and rest your senses. You deserve that. Rest is so productive. It's an investment to your energy as you move on in the day. Number two, psychology, resetting your mind. Reframe a negative thought. If you're thinking, gosh, I'm failing, or I'm not good enough, pause and ask yourself, is that true? What's another way to look at it? Maybe it's saying to yourself, I'm learning as I go, and that's okay. Clarifying your values are also very important. Do you know what's really important in your life? Take a few minutes to write down what matters most to you and compare it to how you're spending your time. Are they aligned? Number three, environment, shaping your surroundings. Soundery, for example, turn off work notifications after a certain time so you can focus on yourself or your family, even your hobbies. Next, this is my favorite, assess your relationships, the people and interactions you engage. Minimize time spent on who or what drains you. So, my challenge to you today is simple. Take a few minutes to check in with yourself. How's your body feeling? What's been on your mind? And how's your environment supporting or draining you? Pick one thing from today's episode, whether it's reframing a thought, setting a boundary, or taking a rest break, and try it out. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe. We are just getting started on the mental path. I'll see you next week.